In today's video, just kidding. Hey guys, how's it going again? Today I want to make another video. I want to talk about a Wen Workbench that I purchased recently at the Home Depot. This was an online order, and I just wanted to do a review. I know how you guys like to see reviews on stuff. I was going to make the installation video on how to assemble it, but honestly it's super easy. There wasn't really much that I ran into. There was a couple little things that I'm gonna get into the video now. So let me show you. Let me give you a quick demonstration here. Woo. So here we go. This is the Wen's Workbench video. So we're gonna talk about the Wen, and that's spelled W-E-N bench. So here we go. As you can see, that light, that's not part of it. I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but there you go. It's actually a pretty big, it's a nice sized table here. So here we go. So let's talk some details here. Hopefully you can see me. There we go. Just got a new camera, guys. It's not a really new one. It's actually an old camera, but it actually shoots really good video. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. This is a Canon. Yep, there we go. Okay, so this bench. This is the Wen's Workbench. As you can see, I purchased this bench for $124. Yeah, it was about $124. That's with tax out the door. This was an online order. This took roughly about 5 days, 5 business days, or 4 business days, somewhere around there. From Home Depot, wherever the warehouse is, but it actually came pretty fast. So yeah, it was $124 out the door. Now this bench does come with an outlet, and it does come with a small light here, as you can see. This is the light that it came with. Believe it or not, I plugged this in. 5 minutes later, the light blew out. So it was, pretty crazy, but not a big deal. It's not a whole lot of light, honestly. This thing is, I'm gonna actually talk about. Well, let's talk about it now. I'm actually planning on putting this one on the bottom bench here somewhere. I want to put it down here so I can light my stuff up, especially if I'm working on something during the night. So that's what I'm gonna use this one for. This one does use a T5 light bulb, which you could pick up at any hardware store. This camera's amazing. Wow. Okay, so yeah, $124 out the door. Now it's alright. Should we just jump into the? Let me talk about the installation. Assembling was, I think I made 2 different categories. I made pros and cons. The pros for me, number one thing for this was definitely installation. Was super easy. Took me about an hour and some change. It was really nothing. It was super simple. Most of everything lined up together. When I worry about when you buy some of this Chinese stuff, a lot of the times the holes don't line up together, and it sucks. But overall, I must say everything lined up together. The only 2 things I am going to mention that when this is towards you, this is shots fired towards Wen whatever, W-E-N, the company, is down here. Let me see if you guys, I'm going to zoom out for you guys. See those 2 bolts here? These two guys, actually I'm going to say all 4 of these did not line up well. This is probably about the hardest thing that I'm assuming that they're all punched out like that at the factory. I don't think they're drilled by a human. I think they're drilled by a machine. But I think these 4 here is the things that you're going to run into problems. I'm going to say on both sides of this. Over here too, as you can see all my drills. It's a water bottle out there. Yeah, same side here, all 4. Those are about the hardest things. Gave me some trouble, but honestly, I relined this up. I put a grip. I put a little a grip right here, and I just re-drilled through all 4. Well, I should say all 4 screws, or all 4 holes. Sorry. So this one, and this one. I drilled all new screws because they were completely off. That was about the hardest thing on this bench, which was both of these sides. Which honestly, not a big deal. it's not a big deal for me. But I'm not bitching. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, I think everything else was super simple. I'm gonna be the first person to tell you that when it comes to putting things together, I suck. The instructions, the instruction booklet, I still have it here actually wasn't that bad. I like the pictures. I like going, I don't know, some people could just read this crap. I like going by pictures, and most, like a lot of the pictures, everything well made sense. Some of it you could tell, like the pictures, like on some of the bars, I did notice it was like backwards. So you just kind of have to use a little, you know, some common sense there. But almost, I mean, everything's pretty descriptive. I mean, usually when you buy something that's Chinese, most of everything, number one thing is the instructions suck, but overall they did a pretty good job. They even labeled all your pieces, all your parts here, everything that you're gonna need. So, and they tell you the quantity of, so you can, before you even start, you can check to see to make sure you got everything here. Which I didn't do it, but you know, I was fairly confident if I ran into something, I'd just figure it out. Yeah, wasn't honestly not that hard. I actually used most of the screws that you're gonna need. I believe they are at, let me see here. I want to say they're 8. Let me see. I think it was. I think they were 9mm. Let me see. Nope, it was a 10mm. Yeah, let me double check here. Should have had that planned. Yep. So yeah, just a 10. I just used a 10mm socket, 3/8, and then I have my my sweet Milwaukee. Thanks, Milwaukee. I bought this. This is not sponsored by Milwaukee, but I use one of these guys. This is a 3/8 ratchet there. Battery powered. This thing is super sweet, makes life super easy to put this together. So if you have a ratchet, good. This is I think what cut down time a lot significantly. And you're also going to need a Phillips head. So Phillips head and a number 10 socket to put this all together, and maybe a pair of pliers if you know. Sometimes some of the screws will get a little tight, and then you just use the pliers instead of this guy. But that's all you really need is a Phillips and a 10mm. And if you don't have an automatic ratchet, not a big deal. Just use your regular 3/8, so you'll be fine. It'll probably take you a little more time, but honestly, not that much more. This thing was super simple to put together. So that was the biggest plus there. The negative, like we talked about, the two screws on each side. Those 2 screws are what holds this pegboard, this top part together here. So that's what holds this, if you guys are wondering what those 2 screws are for. Because normally when you put the table together, that's that, and then you gotta additionally add this if you want to add the pegboard. I mean, if you guys don't really care for a pegboard, and you probably can just skip that step and just use the table as a workbench. Let me turn this around. Woo! Love this camera. So much more better. There we go. So yeah, so we talked about that. We talked about the price. Talked about how it comes with a light. It's just a small fluorescent light. Honestly, it's, I mean, for 130 bucks, I was actually pretty amazed that it came with a light. So the light's very small. Let me get into this. So the light you see here is super bright. This guy is, I bought this from Walmart. This is actually, let me go back a little. You guys are wanting dimensions. I should have marked that out. That's about 4 foot. It's 4 foot wide. I should have mentioned that. And I'm gonna say it's about about 5.5 feet tall. I should have said that in the beginning of the video. So if you guys are wondering, it's about 4 foot there. So let's get back to that. So here, as you can see, it's about 4 foot. Yeah. But anyways, the light here. I bought this particular light. I bought this at my local Walmart. This is a 3200 lumen LED light, and I bought this guy for 18 bucks out of the door, and it's super nice. It's just a regular cord. It plugs into here. We're going to talk about that in a second, but it's super simple. Now the light, this is not how I'm going to do it right now. This is kind of a temporary mark. I'm actually just using the screws that came with the original light bulb, because the light bulb would go underneath there. So, but I'm just using them right now. It's just to hold my light. I actually like it out here a lot better, because I feel like when I put it underneath here, I was just kind of doing a test. I felt like it illuminates so much better, it being outwards. So that's a decision if you guys want to go that route. But at your local Walmart, or maybe at your local hardware store, you can go with a fluorescent of 4 foot. This is dimension wise, it's 4 foot LED light bulb. You guys can go a little smaller, but that's all all the choices I really had. And I'm glad that I went with that light bulb, because honestly, there's so much light to work on your stuff there. So there you go. As you can see, super nice, super bright. So what else? So we talked about the light. That's an addition that you guys can do if you want. I personally recommend that you do. It's awesome. It's got so much light to even shoot videos. Look at the light, man. This is amazing. We talked about how easy it was to assemble. Let's see here. Yeah, let's talk. One other thing that I wanted to mention, this does come with a built-in outlet. It has 3 outlets there, just a regular 120 volt, you know, your standard household outlet. So let me show you here. So you got 3 of them here, which is nice, you know. I'm running an extension cord right now to an outlet because I got so many wires, but yeah. Yep. I pretty much just ran this through the pegboard back here for right now. I plan on doing a lot of zip tying. I just haven't got that far yet. Here is Wen's information. They actually do have a customer. They have a customer service number here that you can call. There's a serial number to this. This kind of tells you what you can do, what it's rated for. Let me see if it's. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's kind of zoom, but let's see here. So the max capacity total is 220 pounds. The top table holds 220 pounds. The bottom shelf holds about 200 pounds. Each drawer is rated for 25 pounds. The top shelf, the very top shelf of this, is rated for about 44 pounds. The table height is 35 inches. And then the serial numbers obviously here, and then when it was manufactured. And this is wenproduct.com, and they're out of looks like they're out of Illinois there. But this is a Chinese table. It's a very cheap one. So, and that's where I'm going to get into talk about the cons, about whether or not it might be suitable for your home projects. So let's see here. So we talked about how the light bulb. It does come with a light bulb, and the socket, the three sockets work so far. I haven't had a problem with those. The light did blow out, like I told you, but not a big deal. You can always go get one, and that's a T5 light bulb. If any of you guys would like to know, it's a T5 light bulb. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the material and quality. Material wise, this is very, very, very thin metal. What I would use this for would be like, you know, like small home repair stuff. It's a project table, but it's light duty. That's the word I want to use. It's a light duty table. It's good for like cell phone repair. This is an excellent table for cell phone repair, tablet repairs, a good computer workbench. You know, if you're a computer repair person and you're fix computers, it's a perfect table. It's a perfect table for like electronics. That's where I need to go. Perfect table for electronics. It's a good block table. I also thought about that. It's just a small repair table. I wouldn't really go past that, the uses on that. I wouldn't say this is an auto mechanics table, because the board itself that holds this together here, it's particle board. So you don't want to smack, you don't want to bang a particle board, because particle board does not last at all. I mean, you can always, if you want. I thought about changing the board later on and putting some good slice of plywood there, and just painting it. That way, if I want to do some light hammering, I could probably get away with that. But that's what I thought. Maybe that's a good suggestion for you guys if you guys plan on going that route. We talked about the material. It's like a steel. It's a very thin, like aluminum steel. It's nothing, that's why I said it's not good for auto mechanics. If you put car parts on here, this thing would break really fast. I recommend, if you're going for something better, I would say just save your money up and maybe invest in a better bench, or even build one out of 2x4s and nice plywood if you want to go that route. That's what I would do. Let's see. We talked about the holes. Those are the only holes that properly didn't align. We already talked about those 8 screws there. It was not a big deal. I just used a regular drill bit, the size of the screw, and just drilled it out. And it worked perfectly fine. Oh yeah, the box. Now I've read some of the comments and the reviews on the Home Depot website. On this particular bench, you got to be really careful because most of the time the boxes do come. For some reason, they come damaged. I don't know if it's a manufacturer issue or it's a shipping issue. I will say that this is poorly packed when they send it. I'm gonna be honest. Wen did a terrible fail there. They don't. A lot of the stuff in there is kind of free. It's kind of a free for all thing. They're bouncing, you know, and like these boxes, these Chinese boxes, are made out of like Chinese paper or rice paper, so it's super soft. It's not your standard like heavy duty box. It's a really crappy box that gets sent. And I'm gonna show you a picture here now in a second, and I'll clip it in there, and then you'll see. I took a picture of it. There was a bunch of holes when I received the box from Home Depot, so I kind of checked when I was at the Home Depot store. I kind of checked to make sure everything was there, and that the boards itself, they weren't broken, because apparently that's been a big deal there for Home Depot. I mean, it's been a very big deal for a lot of people there. The boards usually come out broken, so I would definitely recommend that you guys do that. You know, just double check there. So yeah, I think we touched bases on that. Those are the biggest cons for me. Overall, it is a cheap table. It's a starter table. That's what I would say. It's definitely a starter table. You know, just to do basic things. In all honesty, is it worth the $130? I would say to me it's a no, and yeah, no, because you could definitely save up some more money and just go with a better table, something that's better, it's built better, it's gonna last a lot longer. But like if you're on a budget like me, then that's all you got to work, then I would say it's okay, as long as you want to deal with the little modifications or the little things that might, you know, because it's a cheap table, the little repairs or, you know, things you might have to modify that put it all together. I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't all that bad when I put it all. It wasn't literally, it was literally super fast. It took me an hour with that ratchet and I was already done. Let's see here. And I did talk about, no, I didn't talk about this, but this is a peg table. So if you guys want to hang up your tools, you guys can do that there. I actually ordered the pegs with this on Home Depot. But later on, a day later, I got a notification that they were out of stock, so I got to go buy some. But I mean, you look at all my drills here. You could fit a lot of stuff on there. Yeah, you could definitely fit a lot of stuff on here. So definitely worth it. Definitely worth an investment in the pegs there. You can hang some small screwdrivers and stuff like that. Let's see. Work on a strict budget. Yeah, we talked about those little modifications, 4 foot. That was really, I don't know if I want to, let me show you. Maybe you guys are wondering about how the drawers are. I should say the drawers are probably the cheapest part. I think they could have did a lot better. Honestly, I think that if they really wanted to, they can sort of revamp this table and charge a little more money to put more quality into this. Let me pull these down. Because I feel they could have done a lot better, especially with the drawers. So let's go here. This is the drawers. I mean, they're drawers. They work, but they're super cheap. They got a little particle board inserts there. I mean, they're just very, very basic drawers. But hey, I mean, they're drawers, and I can't bitch. Hey, there's my other Milwaukee guy right there. So yeah, those are the drawers for you. The bottom shelf is about the same as the top. I believe it's about 4 foot there too. It's particle board, so be careful. The sturdiness is pretty sturdy. I must say, it's as long as the floor where you're at is pretty leveled, it's actually pretty sturdy. The legs are cut nice and even, so that's always a good sign. And make sure you put the little plastic inserts on the bottom there, because that's what definitely it has a little pad on the bottom, so it kind of keeps it from moving around. So that's definitely a plus there. But that's the light too, man. That light's amazing. So yeah, let's talk right here. Let's see what we got else. Woo! Here you go. So yeah, I think we talked about the pros and cons. This is just a quick video for you guys. Again, this is the Wen Workbench, the 4-foot with the outlet and yeah, with an outlet and light. I don't know. I think we talked about everything. We talked about what's rated. We talked about the uses. Yeah, talked about the price. That's the box right behind me there, but I'll just take a picture of that. That's okay. Alright guys, well if you guys liked the video, please let me know. If you guys, for whatever reason, you guys decide to purchase the purchase... Actually, let me go way back. I'm going to attach a link to the bottom of this video, right down here. I'm going to attach the link that takes you straight to the Home Depot website and where I purchased it at. If you guys are more than welcome to go through that link. By any means, I'm not sponsored by Home Depot. I am not sponsored by Wen, the company. Just making you guys' lives a little easier there. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys for some reason get stuck and need some help, just feel free to leave me a comment in the videos, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I don't think you're gonna get stuck. It's actually probably it's super simple to put together, so I think you guys will be perfectly fine. But yeah, if you guys like my video, please like my video. If you have any comments, like I said, or if you get stuck, or if you have any questions on it, you want me to go back on something, I'll be more than glad to make a quick video for you and show you, you know, to help you out. But I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope that everybody has a good day, and thanks for watching.